Plot lines can differ drastically. Sometimes an episode can be about learning a specific moral. It could be about a simple adventure that doesn't have a moral. A plotline in Beat Goes On I don't particularly like is the Poppy always wins plotline. One thing I love about the Poppy relationship is that it's give and take, a mutual compromise. I think that that's a great lean into our sixth puzzle piece. Poppy obtaining so much knowledge about Branch that she can easily outwit him. This kind of plotline has been done before in Prank Day, my least favorite episode of the whole show, as well as many other different episodes I have good graces with, like Peril Patch, New Anthem, and this episode, Bunker Breakin', and episodes I don't have good graces with, like Trolley Tales. How does this episode do competitions right where others have failed? Let's break down the break-in. It begins with a capture the flag gaming scenario. We get an honestly hilarious joke about Poppy getting Branch's team's flag and talking with him about it before he realizes. And Poppy wins. Get used to that. They argue about the fact that they were essentially goofing off and that the victory doesn't prove anything about who can guard who, which I get. Teammates have different varying roles. On a football team, everyone has the same strength and the same goal. They just have differing strategies and different positions. One football player may be the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver, etc. Volleyball is the same. There's a libero, a setter, a middle blocker. In baseball, there's a first baseman, a pitcher, a catcher or an umpire, the center fielder, the shortstop, etc. Everyone plays a specific role. Players have their own weaknesses and strengths. Anyone can really guard anyone depending on the game's objective goal and how hard someone plays. After all, sports games like this require a lot of time and training. They also argue about the fact that they're playing on an open field, which doesn't affect anything because games like baseball and hockey are played inside and are played on courts, not fields. However, with Poppy saying that she won for 6 rounds straight, I really feel bad for Branch. I'd rage quit at 4 rounds of Poppy winning. That's just stupid. They argue for a while, and it's believable arguing, by the way. The only thing I don't like about the arguing is the constant ooh after it. We can do it ourselves, thank you very much. They end up making a new game in which Poppy and her team have to get the flag from inside the bunker's vault, and to get it outside in 1 day. I think that that's fair. That's enough time to figure out a strategy of getting into the bunker, how to get around his traps, and capture the flag. Poppy and the others think it'll be easy because they snuck in multiple times. True, but creepy.
I watched you sleep just last night!
Cooper, buddy, that's creepy. Good to know that the others groan after he said that though. Even they acknowledge that that's creepy. However, even though they snuck in, the bunker's security was low. When it's turned to high, we see a ton of bear traps and mouse traps. There are also sensors and alarms that go along with the traps, that put the bunker in total lockdown, with lasers. His wave laser! Sorry about that. It was a Jacksepticeye Cards Against Humanity joke.
Use your wave laser! Use your stunt doubles!
Poppy thinks that they'll just turn off the lockdown. In order to do that, though, they need 2 custom-made keys, which Branch keeps on him at all times. A bit of a tricky situation, isn't it? Then we get something that I both love and hate.
Alright, gang! Who here cares deeply about Branch?
P.S. You all raise your hands for that question, which proves something, doesn't it? However, all of you could just give him the win. You guys have won your match like 6 times already.
Right! Now that said, who also wants to wipe that smug grin off his face?
Hypocrites. They go through the brainstorming phase through scrapbook material, and they come up with the conclusion that Branch has to let them in. Here's where all my problems start. Branch gets a package of a baby, Smidge in disguise. We get a few funny gags until she gets captured. Then Peppy shows up and we get a legit emotional moment.
I know you feel misunderstood sometimes, but the trolls, they need you. They may not admit it. Heck, they may not even be aware of it. But they need you, son.
Who almost cried at that moment? If only that was the real Peppy. Yeah, it's DJ in disguise, and she gets captured. Then Cooper does his thing, and Dinkles accesses the bunker, getting them inside. They sneak inside the bunker, take out the scanners through Biggie's tears, which is hilarious, take out the unbreakable glass through something with Guy Diamond that wasn't hilarious, and Poppy grabs the flag around the lasers. However, because lasers are lasers, they don't know how to get it through without tripping the lasers. The alarm goes off, and the gang tries one last approach, the vent shaft, and they get lost. They give up and leave the bunker, snickering, because they actually did it. This is where I call bullshit on most of the planning phases. This is an example of the "we planned it all from the start" crap that needs to stop because it's beyond contrived, unless we actually see that planning process. I know that a good majority of the time it comes across as mind blown, but instead I think, how did you pull any of this off without a single flaw whatsoever? Like, if there was a change of any kind, then the plan would easily be ruined. See, Branch took a fake blank flag. The actual flag could not be retrieved without tripping the alarms, so they triggered the alarm on purpose. They take the Poppy flag and leave the actual flag in the bunker. At the baby section, Smidge pulled the 2 keys needed to shut off lockdown mode, which is why Branch should have changed the positions of the keys and not keep them in his vest all the time. If he did that, or say kept them inside a secure area of the bunker, or in his pants, or his hair, he would have won the contest. Smidge and DJ were captured, but Cooper wasn't, as it was 3 other trolls in disguise, taking the real flag outside as they speak. Bullshit. There was no way that they had all this planned out from the beginning. There was no way that they had this foolproof and without fail of any kind. I understand the other 2. That was Branch's fault. The other one with Cooper's disguise, though, is stupid. How'd they pull off his voice? This is why the plan from the beginning cliche is stupid. Really stupid. Never do it again. Ever. Thanks. Now I feel bad for him. Another stupid win for Poppy. Now all of you may be thinking, Preston, we know you hate this cliche and it sucks that Branch continuously loses, but how is this part of paralleling Poppy? Easy, because my behavior was fake. Except the whole planning from the start, that's still stupid and can die in a fire. While I am bummed out at the win, it's not hurting anyone. It's not even hurting his feelings. Remember, this is a game! It's like Prank Day where they're trying to outwit each other, and the point of it was that everyone had fun. He even admits,
Actually, that was pretty good.
forgiving everything. Don't get me wrong, my complicated feelings were only towards the fact that Poppy won again. Other than that, this was a great episode. This episode had really good humor, a really good premise, a good emotional bit with DJ as Peppy, and while the planning from the beginning thing is stupid and I don't like it, it is intelligent as I never thought of it the first time I watched the episode. The only real negative is that Poppy won again. I wish for once Branch would just win something. Remember, give and take as well as making sacrifices. I'll probably watch Pillow War more than this, but it's still good enough to watch a few times more. Anyway, you have your 6th puzzle piece, Poppy knowing Branch enough to outwit him. However, we won't ever really know how a character develops unless they change their lives. Swapping bodies. Next time we do Switcherooby, and right into the final episodes. So hey, bummed out at Poppy winning again? Don't worry, we're off to Shining Gem episodes now.